but we can't use the external things to try to enhance what is supposed to be an internal journey. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Kaylin Bowman, Be Fiercely Authentic, Live Your Truth. So today I have a very special video, but before I begin today's video, if you guys are interested in my new Ignite Your Soul Self-Mastery School, all of the information is going to be down below. So what I wanted to talk about today is really exciting for me personally because as you guys know, through my sort of evolution on this channel, I started off talking about primarily the law of attraction. And as I began to evolve, I started to see how I was creating things, but I wasn't getting the feeling that I wanted to get from the things that I was creating. And I started realizing that I was feeling very unfulfilled with my manifestations. So today I wanted to share with you guys how to stop feeling unfulfilled when it comes to the law of attraction process and specifically your manifestations. So the only way to really do this is to understand the difference between your life and your life situation. So I've probably talked about this a little bit on the channel, but Eckhart Tolle speaks specifically about how there's a core difference between our life and our life situation. But oftentimes, and especially in the law of attraction community, we mix up the two and actually we kind of combine them. We think that they're the same thing. But our life is how we show up in the world. It's how present we are to our lives, and it is our state of being. It's an eternal state of being. But our life is not dependent on anything outside of us. Our life is essentially our inner state. Now, our life situation is what we accumulate around us. So that's our job, that's our car, that's our friendships, our romantic partnerships, all of these things, right? That's our life situation. It's external to us. But what's happened is we've sort of tried to find our life in our life situation, and oftentimes we're using the law of attraction processes and manifestation work to enhance our life, but we can't use the external things to try to enhance what is supposed to be an internal journey. And this is why it's so important that you have layers of understanding when it comes to your spiritual path, because if not, you'll do what a lot of us have done and you'll sort of follow this egoic path of I need more stuff, I need more things, I need different people in my life, right? And it's this constant chase for external things to try to replace what you really need to find internally. And the only way to be fulfilled with your manifestations is to focus on your life, which again is about your peace, it's about your internal state, and it's about how present you are to your life. And sometimes on the path of creating things, we lose our presence. We become so caught up in what we're trying to create, we get so caught up in end results that we actually lose our presence, right? So for an example, let's say for instance you have this big dream, this big goal that you're trying to accomplish, and you've been working hard, working day in and night, but you're neglecting your friendships, you're neglecting your relationships, and maybe you're not even giving yourself what you need. Maybe you're not eating properly, you're not exercising anymore because you're focused on getting to this end goal that you think is going to make you happy. And that's sort of what happens with these manifestation processes, is we get so caught up in where we're trying to go that we lose where we are. And when we lose where we are right now in this moment, we lose the life aspect. And the life is the core aspect, because the life situation is going to shift and change, but our internal state is what we really have control over. And ultimately, it determines how we're going to feel when our life situation actually does change, right? So if we are unhappy on the way to our desire, guess what? We're going to be unhappy when we get to our desire. Because the desire is not what makes us happy or complete or whole or, whatever we've been fed to believe. That internal state, that feeling of wholeness, happiness, joy, peace, that's your responsibility. There's nothing outside of you that can bring that. And sometimes we think otherwise because maybe we've had some sort of big manifestation that we've been trying to create, and then we get it. So then we get this high from it, right? But how long does that high last? Anything that you get a high from, you're going to get a crash from. And that is sort of the core indication that you're going down the egoic path, because the ego and essentially the mind-made concepts gets you hooked on highs and lows. That's why you get so up and down with manifestations. But when you begin to have a solid foundation of self and you come into this peaceful state because you know that your internal state is based on you only. It's not based on your external situation. So with that, you're no longer reacting to the circumstances around you. Now, it doesn't mean that if you have some sort of big manifestation come in that you won't be happy about it, you won't feel excited, but that's something that you've already generated within yourself. So say, for instance, your manifestation is, gone one day. It doesn't give you a crash because you're not putting your internal state, your life, into the life situation. Does that make sense? And that's where the idea of attachment comes in. And we get attached to things because we think that things are going to change our internal state. They're going to change our life. Life is different. Life is how present we are. Life situation is what we attain around us. Completely different things. And again, when we blend these things together, this is when we begin to feel very unfulfilled with our manifestations because we're looking for something outside of us to fill the void within. So as I used to say on the channel, and I still say now, you can be, do, or have anything. However, don't put your sense of worth and your sense of happiness and your sense of peace in something outside of you. So I hope this video was helpful. If it was, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Go down below, subscribe, hit the bell to get my notifications. And if you guys are interested in my self-love course, it's called Become a Love Magnet. I highly recommend it. The information is going to be down below. But I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.